What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to Living Life Fast. Today we've got the next LLF Games giveaway cards. I want to quickly give a shout out to the winner of the M3 Saloon. If you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see I did post a picture. He didn't want a video, he didn't want to be on camera. I only just about got a photo of him. I did record a little bit of our conversation, but I don't even know if I'm going to drop it in because I say he really didn't want to be on camera. But I'm so gassed because he was another long-term LLF follower. He's been watching the channel for like 3-4 years, and that means the two winners so far have been LLF followers. So yeah, I'm just happy that you guys are winning these cards for like a couple of pounds, like insane. But anyway, onto the new LLF Games car. You probably notice I keep crouching because the camera's sitting on the roof of the car. This is, let me tell you, every car I get is going to be a banger. This is legendary. Let me show you exactly what you guys can win. Listen, some of you guys need to put some respect on my name, man. Are you seeing what I'm doing? B5 RS4. You're looking at a legend right now. This is the first ever generation of RS4. I think it was the second ever RS model in existence. The predecessor being the RS2, which was a joint collaboration with Porsche. But this is just truly something else. It's in beautiful condition, and you guys are going to get the chance to win this bad boy for just £9.99. Some of you would have heard me mention that my dad, he had an E36 M3 when I was a little younger, but this RS4, sorry dad if you're watching, this one kind of trumped, I think, the E36 M3. 2.7 litre twin turbo V6 engine, 375 horsepower from factory, 325 foot-pounds of torque, 60 in under 5 seconds, quattro all-wheel drive system. This is just, listen, this is basically where the fast estates began. At the time, Audi were trying to be different, and they were like, you know what, let's just whack a load of horsepower in an estate. Obviously I mentioned already the predecessor would have been the RS2, but when this car was launched, the only car that could beat this was like the Porsche turbos. Top speeds limited to 155 miles per hour. Even today, this car is rapid. Some of you may even recognize this car because I have featured it on the channel. Remember the owner that got a section 59. So the RS4 is actually based on the S4 Saloon. Obviously I mentioned the RS4 only comes in estate form, but what Audi did was they sent the engine off to Cosworth where they had loads of tweaks done. So they did like customized pistons, they had the connecting rod strengthened, they had a bigger exhaust, loads of other bits that I would have missed, maybe even bigger turbos. You probably noticed down here you've got these fins on the bumper because there was actually larger intercoolers installed. Also the owner, he's had the brakes upgraded, so you probably notice these big 8-pot yellow calipers. They're from the B7 RS4, and in fact the brakes from the B7 RS4, they're actually stolen from a Lamborghini Gallardo. So this car's got some amazing stopping power. You get 365mm dual discs. You may even notice that these wheels are a little bit bigger than stock. They come as a set of 18s from factory. These are 20 inches and they're taken from an Audi S8. Just makes the car look that much better. The car's also sitting pretty low. That's because it is sitting on air ride. I'm not a massive fan of air ride. It definitely has its pros and cons. From what I can tell, it doesn't affect the way the car drives, but I can tell you that it makes the car sit and look absolutely amazing. As you probably noticed, Audi have been doing this silver theme for so long. All of the later generation S models on RSs have got it. So you've got the silver wheels with the silver mirrors, silver grills with the silver roof rack. Makes the car look so sick. You've got the xenon lights with the RS4 badge here. Also the bumper design is different. You get like different door seals, and as you probably already noticed, you get these much wider arches. I think it is a square setup in this car, 245/30 all round, yeah, Continentals. So this car when new cost around £46,500. They only produced 6,000 of these, 6,030 I think to be precise. 532 of them coming to the UK. There's really not that many of these on the road. If you go on eBay or Auto Trader, there's probably about 4 or 5 for sale, and most of them are really high miles. This one's got about 98,000 miles on the clock. Let's have a quick look in the interior. As I mentioned, condition is amazing on this car. Look at the clock. You've got 98,621 on there. One thing I forgot to mention, it's got a 6-speed manual gearbox. Absolute breath of fresh air to drive. As you can see, 3 pedals. You get electric windows, electric mirrors. You get carbon down the door cards. These seats are fully heated and they're electric. You get the armrest. You've also got CD player, you've got tape player. You can see here's the switches for the heated seats. You've got air conditioning. You've even got a sunroof in here. This is a very well spec'd car. Previous owner to this car was actually a detailer, which is why it's in such good condition. He also had an MRC tune put in it, so it's running around 430 bhp. There is a dyno sheet in there, which I'll check. And he spent so much money replacing turbos, clutches, and this car is ready to go. So just to let you know, for the first 48 hours, we're doing an early bird offer where you can win this car for just £9.99. There's 3,250 entries available. After 48 hours are done, the ticket prices will go up to £11.99. So if I was you, I wouldn't even continue watching this video. I'd buy a ticket ASAP. Don't make the same mistake that some of you did with the M3, where all of the tickets were sold. I have a feeling that this one could go possibly as quick as the M3. This is just an awesome machine. So let's go hit the road and see what this thing's like to drive. Before we get into it, please subscribe to my channel and make sure bell notifications are set to all so you're notified the second I release a video. Start this bad boy up. And I have the owner's manual here. Just wanted to quickly mention a couple of bits that this car's had done. So straight away I'm seeing receipts for £4,300. That was at 91,000 miles, so that was like 7,000 miles ago. I'm seeing another receipt here for £2,100. It's had new KO4 turbos, manifold gasket, downpipe gasket, washer, O-ring, turbo, manifold gaskets, water pump, 3-inch downpipes, cam belt, water pump, tensioner replacement, a stage 2 map, B5 RS4 suction jet pump. There's just loads of stuff here. As I say, there's about £6,000 just there. Got a dyno printout as well, which says 430 PS. I don't know if you're catching that. Full service history, 80% of them have been done at Audi. I would say this car's ready to go as well. So let's go hit the road. Can't rev it here, really. But you can hear that V6, man. Right, so we've hit the strip in the RS4. And straight away, you just notice how much more raw this car is. I mean, to say an Audi is a raw car, it's not a common thing, is it? Like, most Audis are really easy to drive, but this one, it's definitely quite some effort. One thing I've not mentioned is it's got an upgraded clutch, so it's really grabby and snappy. You've got to be really precise with gear changes and just letting the clutch out. But obviously this car is tuned, it's got a manual box. With these later auto boxes and DCT boxes, you don't have to change clutches. You do obviously, depend on how powerful you go, but this car is only running a little bit more horsepower than stock, but it's a really nice place to be. I mean, I would definitely say it's down to the condition of the car. Like, the interior is immaculate. As I mentioned, the owner was a detailer, but you've got hydraulic steering rack, power steering. This is like a breath of fresh air. I mean, this gearbox is like something you get in an Evo 6. Never felt a box like this in an Audi. Listen. Flipping now, honestly, throws you to the end of the road, man. But this is a seriously quick car. Like, even in stock form, it's going to be more than quick enough. But with a stage 1 tune, wow, 1,650 kg. Doesn't sound that heavy now, but back then that was probably really heavy. Obviously, we've got all-wheel drive quattro system, so you know, it's going to inspire confidence. Not that I'm really pushing the car. Handling wise, I probably won't be able to tell you today, but if it's like any other Audis or previous Audi models, they usually have the engine a little far over the front axle, so they do have the tendency to like understeer. The new TTRS and RS3s, they've got the aluminium blocks. They're a little bit lighter on the front. I think they've rung the engine back a bit as well, so they do have a lot better handling. If anyone has seen my car history video, you'll know that I used to own an S3. I think it was the 8L or the 8N, I'm not too sure, but honestly, the interior is very similar. Man, the speed is like, would I say it's quicker than the M3? I would say pickup's definitely quicker. Like, gearbox has got a really short throw. Feels so mechanical. Never felt a box like this in an Audi. This reminds me of something you get in like an Evo 6, or even the Porsche Carrera, like a 996 Carrera. Remember the white one I drove? The gearbox feels very similar to that. I don't know what different styles of gearboxes you get, but this is how it feels. It feels nice. I wish new Audi gearboxes were like this. A little bit of turbo lag. It does come on quite aggressive. Like, let's go down to 4th gear. Not the easiest car to rev match, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go to 3rd. Let's just put our foot down. 3,000 RPM, 3.5. Yeah, about 3,750 RPM. That's when it comes in very aggressive. It's a comfortable car to drive. Like, it's nice and spacious. I can see out the cabin nice and clearly. There's not much road noise. Steering and handling, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to tell you what it handles like, but steering wise, it does take a lot for it to move. It's nothing like the B7 RS4. Like, that's pretty responsive, a pretty agile car that is. Pull up at a car meeting, one of these, you're gonna get a lot of respect, man. True car enthusiasts know exactly what they're looking at. To most people, it may just look like a normal old Audi estate, but no. This is a legendary status in my opinion. First gear. Flipping now. Really pins you in the seat, man. Got a little bit of rain, but who cares? Probably gives you a little bit too much confidence. But it is a bit older, so definitely got to be aware of your braking points. But yeah, it flows into these corners nicely. It's spacious in this cabin, it's nice and comfortable. Definitely an event and an effort to drive. You know, this is what you get with these older cars, man. Some of the younger generation, I don't think they get this manual gearbox thing. What an amazing sound. This car can definitely take a beating, man. I think I will probably leave it as that, to be fair. But you've got Borg Warner KO4 turbos. In stock form, they're kicking at around 2,500 RPM, max power at around 7,000 RPM. So you've got to really rev this out to make the most of it. The brakes are bloody good on this car as well. And it does need it because this car is a rocket. Look, just stops you straight away. Nice and confidently. There's no movement, it's nice and stable at high speed. Obviously we've got an all-wheel drive quattro system. Let's get these windows up. I am going to keep this one brief. I don't want to keep beating on this car. Turbocharged cars, they do get hot. Not that this car is getting hot, but it's not like a naturally aspirated M3 where you can just beat on them all day long. I'm just trying to think interior wise. Obviously it's a 20-year-old car. There's not going to be driving modes that you get in like some of the more modern vehicles. You've got this controller here for the air ride. I know this video ain't done this car justice, but I had to get this video up ASAP. Remember, you can win this car for just £9.99 for the first 48 hours. After that, it'll be £11.99. So if you're watching right now, click the link in the description and you'll get our early bird price. So guys, I think I am going to end it there. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.